Well, unexpected surprises are always the best, and because of that, we can't wait to share this one with you.
We are coming to you today from Fort Robinson State Park in northwest Nebraska. It is Nebraska's largest state park, and when you see this, you're not going to believe that it is Nebraska.
This state park has over 22,000 acres of Old West history, adventuresome activities, and natural beauty. And it was established as a military post, serving as headquarters for Army troops stationed to guard the Red Cloud Indian Agency. So there's a little bit of haze. I wish you could see the beautiful buttes in the background behind us. There's been a little bit of smoke and haze. It's all coming out of the Canadian wildfires, so hopefully everybody's okay up there, and it's creating a little bit of smoke and haze down here.
Yes. Now, one of the unique things about this state park is that it is very resort-like. It has tons of really cool activities that sadly are not going on right now. They don't start until Memorial Day weekend, and we are here the week before Memorial Day.
But we still will be able to show you so many of the awesome things here that are open, and just the natural history and the beauty of the area. So let's check out Fort Robinson State Park. This area served as an active military fort, starting with the Indian Wars in the late 1800s, all the way through World War II. The Sioux Chief Crazy Horse was killed here. It's also the site of the Cheyenne breakout of 1879. There are museums on site. There are tons of historical markers throughout the park. Lots of information to be found. So here we are in a recreation of the barracks that would have existed here in the late 1800s. They've got spots for each of the soldiers, and I love how they even have the nameplates of individual soldiers that served here at the foot of each bed. Well, here we are at the U.S. Army Veterinary Hospital. This building was built in 1908 and is over 7,000 square feet. It was used to take care of all the horses that were involved in the activities at the fort. The first several stalls on the north side of this section of the building were surrounded by a fine screen used to control an outbreak of equine-based encephalitis during World War I.
If you want to camp at Fort Robinson State Park, you are going to have lots of great options. There are 3 different campgrounds here on site. The Soldier Creek Campground has 76 sites, 62 have electric with 30 amp, and 14 have 30 and 50 amp. Each of the campsites is going to have a picnic table and a fire ring. The campground also has a modern shower house and a water fill station. Because these don't have sewer hookups, there is a dump station on site for you to take care of that kind of business. We stayed in the Red Cloud Campground, which has full hookup sites. In the Red Cloud Campground, there are 2 different loops. The inner loop is the original part of the campground, and if you're wanting shade, this is the one you're going to want to stay in. It's the one part of this campground that does have some trees. And the outer loop, which we stayed in, is newer, has really long concrete sites, and all of the sites in the Red Cloud Campground do have 50 amp hookups, a picnic table, a grill, water hookups, and sewer. The third campground is designed for the horse lovers that come to the state park. The Mare Barn Campground has 20 Electric Plus sites and 4 full hookup sites. It is right next to the Mare Barn stables.
For those of you that are not campers, there are some amazing places to stay here on site. Most of the historical buildings were built between 1874 and 1909, and several are available for rent. You can also take just a room in the main lodge, which is the focal point of the park and also includes the park office. This state park is one of the most popular sites for family reunions. Can you imagine renting out one of these enormous mansions and having your family here to enjoy this beautiful area?
Fort Robinson has plenty of activities to keep you busy anytime that you come to the park. There are miles and miles of incredible hiking trails, and there are several places that you can go fishing, like ponds and lakes and rivers. In addition, you can also take a really cool scenic drive down the Smiley Scenic Byway, where you can see the park's herd of bison, some longhorn cattle, and even bighorn sheep. This drive is a short drive and is definitely worth taking. In addition to those traditional activities, this park has some really cool things that start at Memorial Day weekend. There are horseback trail rides, stagecoach rides, Jeep tours, and chuckwagon meals. There's even a free rodeo every Thursday night. For those who love to go swimming, the park actually has an indoor Olympic-sized pool. There is no Wi-Fi available at the campground, but there is Wi-Fi available at the lodge if that's important for you. As far as cell phone signal goes, Eric has AT&T service, and while we were here, he had 2 to 3 bars of LTE, and I have Verizon and had 4 bars of LTE signal, and it was plenty for us to do all of the work that we needed to do. As far as over-the-air television signal goes, there is none. There is a wonderful playground at the campground, and it's also available for people who are coming for day use. There's a pavilion for picnicking, and this playground is set up with an awesome Wild West theme. So if you've got little ones, you're gonna wanna check it out.
Wow, Fort Robinson, this has been quite a week.
Yes, this state park is spectacular. I just love how many different options that you have when you come here. You can do outdoorsy things, you can do touristy things. It's just great. But like anything, you know, all parks have their pros and cons because nothing is perfect, even when it's spectacular.
Right.
So let's kind of share maybe our pros and cons.
Sure.
Just a quickie.
You want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. All right. So my con kind of goes to that activity thing in that I don't like that you can't get information about trails or the area or the history until the main season. I think that they should have like a ranger that's on duty year-round for those of us who do come to their wonderful park year-round that could help give you that extra information. So maybe having an off-season ranger around to help everybody, that would be kind of my con and my solution. Get an off-season ranger. It would be well worth it.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't think we saw rangers at all this week that at least that I'm aware of, but we did speak to some wonderful park staff, but I do think some additional info would be helpful. My con are the ticks.
Oh,
there seem to be ticks everywhere, certainly on our hike, and that's to be expected, but even just walking around our campground, we picked them up, so we just had to be really vigilant against ticks, and so that would be my con, would be ticks.
Ticks, yuck.
How about some pros?
Yes, let's go. What's your pro?
Well, I think the pro here is just the amazing combination of what this park is. You've got a combination of both the historical aspect of the park and the area, and also all the adventure activities, along with just the gorgeous scenery. So I would say it's the combination of things that really was striking to me.
For sure.
How about you?
Yeah. yeah, I don't know how many times we've said this on our trip in general, is the views of the buttes and stuff behind here. This is Nebraska. I thought Nebraska was all cornfields, but this has just been such an unexpected treat, you know, to walk on a hike today and go through Ponderosa Pines in Nebraska, and again to see those the buttes, which are beautiful. So it's just been incredible to have this wonderful surprise of amazing, unexpected scenery in Nebraska.
All right, so would you come back?
Well, I think the question probably should be, when will I come back? And because we will definitely be back, and we're going to come back after Memorial Day so that we can take advantage of all of those fun activities, especially things like that chuckwagon stew dinner.
Man.
I would go for
I'm
that
ready
right
for that
now.
for sure. So get out there and explore, because today is an adventure day.